You're sitting in a conversation, nodding, responding, saying the right things. But somewhere behind your eyes, there's a version of you just watching. Like you're a passenger in your own body. Like your life is a movie, and you forgot you're supposed to be the main character. And the strangest part? You can't tell if anyone else feels this way, because nobody ever talks about it. Welcome. Today, we're going to name what's been happening to you. Psychologists call it depersonalization, and its close twin, derealization, two experiences that often travel together. Depersonalization is the feeling that you're detached from yourself. Your thoughts feel distant. Your emotions feel muted. Your hands don't quite feel like your hands. Derealization is when the world around you feels off, slightly unreal, like a dream you can't wake up from, or a stage set that looks right but feels hollow. And here's what most people don't know. This isn't rare. Studies suggest that nearly 75% of people will experience at least one episode of depersonalization in their lifetime. It's the third most common psychological complaint after anxiety and depression. But almost nobody talks about it. So millions of people are quietly terrified that something is deeply wrong with them. Nothing is deeply wrong with you. Here's what's actually happening. Your brain has a built-in emergency switch. When emotional pain, stress, or overwhelm becomes too intense, the brain does something remarkable. It steps back. It creates distance between you and the experience. Psychologists call this dissociation, and depersonalization is one of its most common forms. It's not a malfunction, it's protection. Your nervous system decided the experience was too much to be fully present for, so it pulled you out. Think about when it tends to happen. During a panic attack, after a traumatic event, in long periods of chronic stress, during emotional exhaustion, sometimes even after too little sleep or too much scrolling. The brain reads overwhelm as threat, and it responds the way it always has, by creating distance. But here's where it gets complicated. For some people, the switch gets stuck. What was supposed to be a temporary protection becomes a persistent state. They spend days, weeks, sometimes years feeling like a ghost in their own life, watching themselves laugh at a party, watching themselves fall in love, watching themselves grieve, always slightly outside the glass. And the cruel irony is this: the more you notice it and panic about it, the worse it gets, because anxiety feeds it. The brain reads your fear of being disconnected as another threat, and disconnects further to protect you from that. It becomes a loop, a trap built entirely out of the attempt to escape it. So, what actually helps? Not fighting it, not monitoring it. Research consistently shows that the most effective approach is redirecting attention outward, into the body, into the senses, into the immediate physical world. Cold water on your face, the texture of something in your hands, the sound of what's actually in the room right now. Not because these things cure it, but because they give the nervous system a different signal. A signal that says the threat has passed, that it's safe to come back. And for those who live with this more persistently, therapy approaches like CBT and somatic work have shown real results. Not because they talk you out of the experience, but because they slowly teach your nervous system that presence is safe. Here's what I want you to hear. If you felt this, you are not losing your mind. You are not broken. You are not alone. Your brain did exactly what it was built to do. It protected you the only way it knew how. The work now is just gently teaching it that you don't need that protection anymore. You're allowed to come back to your hands, to your life, to yourself. hit subscribe if this finally put words to something you've carried quietly. And if you want to understand why some people feel everything too deeply while others feel almost nothing, the next video is going to connect everything.